Hey everybody, how's it going today? Superfiend here, and welcome back to our Grom the Paunch Total War Warhammer II campaign for Mortal Empires. Last episode, we took a look at Grom, some of the new unit types, the new hero type. We took the fight to Paravon. We sacked this city twice. We sacked their capital once. This time around, we're going to do a little bit of raising. I don't know if we're going to call the WA in this episode. It depends on how much progress we get done. We also have a food merchant that we should come over here and check out. The sooner we do call in the WA, the sooner we can go ahead and get the lucky banner, though. So maybe we do want to call in the WA this episode as soon as we can. And in order to do that, we need to increase our reputation, which would require us to start raising some settlements. And Paravon would be the obvious choice for that, right? We do have our current recipe. 12 turns remaining. We got lots of replenishment rate. For Grom's army, we have regeneration. It gained us a random amount of gold. Now, I don't know if that's gold every turn or what, but it really doesn't matter all that much. And we've cooked 1 out of 15 recipes. We must collect ingredients in order to cook and eat recipes that will gradually increase his size and strength. That's kind of cool. So once you get up to 15 recipes, I wonder if Grom actually just gets bigger. Starving Gobbo. Grom is hungry. He needs to sample some recipes to begin expanding his portly waistline. So I guess as we cook more recipes, he gets bigger and has more hit points. I wonder what else he would get there. We did also find or discover a new recipe last episode. Oh, and then look at this. Unlock this slot by taking the Food Merchant's Challenge. Oh, wow. These are slots that can be unlocked. So you know what? I think we should go over and talk to the Food Merchant. But here's our new recipe, or our new ingredient, rather. Green Spores. Earns 5 reputation. I wonder if that's per turn or just when you cook it. And then growth plus 10, all provinces. Now, I imagine that's per turn. So if the growth is per turn, I would imagine the reputation would be as well. We have 3 out of 25 possible ingredients. Grom is a starving Gobbo. We looked at that. And then 1 out of 15 cooked recipes. So you know what? I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to raise Paravon. We're going to raise Quinnell's. And then we're going to stop over and accept the challenge from the food merchant there and see if we can't get another recipe slot, or another ingredient slot, rather, for our recipes. So last episode, we fought this stage. This time around, we can just auto-resolve our way through this. We didn't take much damage. And like I said, we're going to raise it. Now, you'll see here that we're going to get a good amount of scrap for that. Raising is the only way we get scrap from attacking settlements, I think. And then it increases our reputation towards calling a WA by 2. So we've gone ahead. We've raised that. And let's see. Weapon gained. Battle Axe of the Last WA. Ooh, melee defense -5, but we have melee attack plus 12. Weapon strength 8%. Enables magical attacks. Now, do we want... Why does Grom look... He looks a little pale. He looks a little sickly there. What's going on with you, Grom? Are you not feeling okay? He's like black and white. What is going on with Grom? I don't know. Let's see. What... do we want him to have this? Do we want him to have this? Magic attacks. You know, well, I guess for now it's okay. And then what about our river... Troll Hag? Can she come out and maybe search this on the same turn? I doubt you can search it on the same turn. So anyways, we got a weapon. We have researches available. We spent 1,000 from our treasury. We've got a pretty good treasury right now to get Abuse 'em and get melee attack speed and charge bonus for various goblin units. Now we're going to go ahead and get Use 'em. So we want to Abuse 'em and Use 'em. And this is going to give us missile strength, recruit rank plus 1 for goblin and night goblin units, and armor plus 7. We're really after the armor in here. Grom can't move, but after raising a settlement, you can immediately go back into a raiding camp. I love this mechanic. And then we can go ahead and recruit up again. I want to get full strength Gobbos, so I'm going to merge units and recruit up a little bit more. And then we have a settlement upgrade. We finally got 2 population, so we'll spend 1,600 here. And then we have an unassigned skill point for Grom. We're going to put a point into the Gobbos. And now we have 20% ammunition, 12% missile strength for ranged units. We have 8 melee attack for Goblin and Night Goblin infantry for our Lord's army, of course. And then melee defense. So if we look at our Gobbos here, they're getting up there in strength. Our melee attack is at 35. Melee defense is 39. As we go further and further into the Goblin buffs, we're going to get just better and better Gobbos. They've also got that 10% innate physical resist for Grom's army, which is really good as well. Okay, not a whole lot happened there. And now we've got 7 armor for our gobos, bringing our regular goblin armor up to 32. And silver shield. So they're getting a little bit better, And we should be able to come down here and raise the settlement. Now they have somebody in here, and the Fey Enchantress has shown up. I don't know what unique trait we get for defeating her, but we might want to take the time to do so. We'll auto-resolve this. And we're going to get 2 more for our reputation. 15 more scrap. Okay, so we're back up to 112 scrap. Pretty good. Is the faction destroyed? Okay, no more Paravon. And then this is Carcassonne. Let's go ahead and let's look at them real quick. I want to see. They have 2 settlements. So if we wanted to attack them, where would they be? Like probably here and here. I think there's a settlement way off this way, so that's like the farthest we'd have to go. I think we could probably destroy the Fey Enchantress. And we're going to wait 1 turn because very likely she's going to try to settle this, and she'll have to eat up a lot of her troops to do that. Let's go ahead now. And shall we get hard as nails, or should we go for the big lads? This is Trolls, Giant, Rogue Idol, and Arachnarok Spider units. I really like that. Or do we want to get hard as nails and make our chariots and pump wagons better? We can get a total of plus 12 armor for chariot and pump wagon units, missile strength for missile cav and chariot units for the ones that have it, and then range. So really all we're looking at is increased armor. I'm going to hold off on that because that's 3 skill points, and really all I'm really interested in is the pump wagons, and it only gives us plus 12 armor, and I think we could get that just basically from research. Death from above is always good. Ammunition and missile damage for our artillery, but I don't know if we're going to need that. Now, what do we have over here? Bonus versus large for goblin units. Melee attack plus 6 for goblin units. Let's go ahead and let's get down the size, and let's boost our goblins up just a little bit more. And then let's go ahead and merge units. And we can go ahead and recruit again with Grom. Let's just go ahead and get more gobos. Lots of gobos. And now we can go Gobbo Crackdown. This is going to give us leadership for orc units. Don't care so much about that. More speed for goblin and night goblin units. And then increased weapon strength for orc infantry. So our goblins will then have 15% speed. Now, I wonder if that affects the cavalry. That would be really cool if it did for the goblin wolf riders and whatnot. And we have 1 more skill point for our river troll hag, or giant river troll hag. We're going to get wild-eyed. And let's go ahead. Let's end our turn. Now, are they going to settle this? Oh, this is perfect. This brings them up to 3 settlements. But then we'll go ahead and we'll be able to wipe them out here. We can raise it again and get increased reputation once more. He's here to tell us that we've loot, raised, or sacked, or occupied 4 different settlements. We get 2,000 as the base reward, and then 4,000 from bonus objectives. And right now, our one and only province is suffering from reduced growth for 3 turns. And we have to loot, sack, occupy, or raise 4 more, and we'll get another 4,000. What are our bonus objectives? What are our campaign objectives? Okay, so chapter objectives. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against 2 characters. Most likely, we're not going to do that because we're just using our agent inside the army. Reach rank 10 with the following character. Grom the Paunch. We might be able to do that. Earn the following amount from raiding. We could probably do that. Could probably do it. Complete 4 of the following missions. Don't know if we'll get that. Obtain 1 of the following. A call to Wa trophy. Well, I think we're going to start off and just go to war with the Fey Enchantress here. I'd like to get whatever the bonus is for defeating her. We're much more powerful, you can see from the balance of power, and she's going to be incredibly weak. We don't even have to grace her with our presence. Foolish of the AI to come in here and settle that so quickly. We get 1,600, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to raise it once more. Get a couple more reputation. Our reputation's increasing. We're up to 82. I think we need to be 100 in order to call the Wa. Quest successful. Win 3 battles with Grom. Grom has 2 loves, eating and killing pointy ears. As of late, the latter seem to bring him much less pleasure than in the past. Perhaps he thought it is time to retire. Of course not. Snapping himself out of it, Grom realized it was not he that was the problem. Elfbiter, the Axe of Grom, had been stolen and replaced with a counterfeit. Grom knows that if he is to find what happened to his original Choppa, there's only one thing to do first. Go crump some gits. And, okay, so embed a river troll hag into Grom's army. We've been successful there. Embed a giant... Yeah, okay, quest successful. Why are you showing it to me again? Kill 1,000 enemies in battle, and we're already up to 808. So Grom is well on his way to getting his magic weapon, most likely. And then we have a Backstabber follower, which gives us a post-battle chance of stealing a magic item. Defeat the Fey Enchantress. Casualty replenishment 10% permanently for the rest of our campaign. That's pretty good. And then we've raised multiple settlements. So there's now a siege holdout time reduction of -1. And Grom, fatter than anyone, he can go ahead and encamp. And let's go ahead and give the Obsidian Blade here. Armor-piercing weapon damage. 100. Wow, that is incredibly strong. Let's give it to our River Troll hack, though. And we can't give her any of these items. We do have a skill point. And we're going to go ahead now and spend this on charge bonus, because she's going to be charging into combat quite often along with us. And then over here, oh, we've got Tunnel Boss and Bellower. I don't know if I'm really interested in these quite yet. Grom is only rank 8, so we can't quite go into here. So I'm left with the question, do I want to go with the big lads, the trolls, the giant, the rogue idol, and spider units, or do I want the chariots? I think we're going to go with the big lads. Now, what do we get over here with this? All melee cavalry, orc boar chariot, and squig herd units. Now, that's speed and charge bonus. It doesn't make them all that fighty, though. They're good on the charge, but they're not super fighty. But over here, though, we got melee attack and weapon strength. That's awfully fighty. So I think we're going to go ahead and put a point into the big lads. We are using trolls, and we're probably going to be picking up more eventually.
The Goblin King never loses.
Okay, and we'll merge up our units. Our recipe has 10 turns left there. And we can go ahead and disband this unit. And we'll recruit up. We got 21,000 in our treasury. Can we upgrade our settlement yet? Not quite yet. We could start earning some income with our taxes, but we really don't earn much there. Okay. Okay, mission issued. Phelim, in battle, eliminate a lord belonging to any of the following enemies of Crooked Moon. So we got Carrick Norn, Clan Angrid, and Crooked Moon Mutinous Gits. We'll get a gold sigil sword and increase diplomatic relations with Crooked Moon. We got 23 turns to do that. With Grom now, we're going to go over and talk to the food merchant. Now, we unlock our ingredient slots by doing the challenge. So let's see. The cooking challenge. The food merchant challenges you to cook her dish. Completing her challenge unlocks a cauldron ingredient slot and adds funds to your treasury. We could get Stunty Ale. We could buy her ingredient here. Or she could cook a random recipe for us, but it replaces our replenishment recipe, and I don't want to do that. And we definitely don't need daylight robbery. We're doing great over here. So I think we're going to do the challenge to unlock the ingredient slot. Mushy meats, me want mushy meats. Cauldron ingredient slots +1. Quest issued. You have accepted the food merchant's cooking challenge. River hags may not be fussy eaters, but neither are they particularly good communicators. Should Grom manage to work out what in the name of Mork and Gork that the hag is demanding, there will be rewards.
Gobbo Warlord.
Okay. Mushy meats, me want mushy meats. What in the hell does that mean? Are there any mushy meat ingredients here? Troll meat could be mushy meats. Lion meat could be mushy meats. What is this? Beast bits, mucky stuff, fishy chunks, spores and shrooms, flying gobbins. So these are going to be the beast bits. This is more of the mushy meat stuff. There's the Senegor milk, delicious. Stunty L is the ingredient we could have bought, but we could sack a dwarf settlement to get that as well. Gobbo legs. Obtain a trophy from a successful call on a wa. It could just be mushy meat from the Gobbo legs. Lizard legs. Oh boy, I don't know if I want to be fighting any lizardmen quite yet. And it could be the white lions. Possibly flying gubbins. Possibly even a dragon. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what she wants us to do. That is awfully obscure. That is incredibly obscure. We do have money. Let's go ahead and get the totem pole. Increase our growth a little bit more. We'll get the second tier here so we can get some... what are they called again? The sneaky gobbos. What the hell are they called? I can't remember. Nasty skulkers. Goodness gracious me. And then over in here... I think I want to go ahead and get the Goblin Toolbox. And you know what? Let's get Obedience so we can get a Goblin Big Boss and embed him in the army as well. And that brings us down to 14,000. We're looking pretty good. We want to come over and destroy... What was the name of that faction again? Carcassonne. And I think... let's come out with our Death Hag. Our River Troll Hag. Gosh, I can't get, like, Death Hag out of my brain from playing Dark Elves. And we'll go ahead and we'll search the runes here. Mushy meats. Mushy meats. I don't know what we're supposed to get with that. But we did see that we need to sack a dwarf settlement to get one of our ingredients, and there are dwarves back up in these directions, so we should be able to do that. Now, can we get all the way back up into here? We can. So let's go ahead and search the runes back up at Paravan. And hopefully we don't get the magic dial, because I'm not going to fire up my photo editor and play with that thing. Good. Here we go. A die has 6 faces. May the fates keep them rolling high, especially if you're making a ward save. Ward saves are generally a 5 or a 6, sometimes a 4. So we need to figure out what goes over here. It looks like it's the toothy rectangle. And so we have a Scroll of Amber. Absorbs leadership from enemies. Oh, that's interesting. It's a hex. And it is an arcane item. We don't have anybody else that we can give it to. Can we recruit any heroes? Can't recruit any heroes yet. And we did gain a skill point over here, so we'll put that into Devastating Charge. And then with Grom and friends, we can just move up to here. And we can search the runes next turn with him. We're not going to be settling this because it's unpleasant climate. It's really not where we want to set up shop. And let's go ahead and get some more gobbos. And then next turn we'll have increased speed. And for goblins, we're not really worried about the orc bonuses. We may eventually at some point have orcs in this campaign, but for the beginning here, I'm planning to run mostly gobbos. We got lots of good goblin bonuses with Grom. And I think the WAS generally come in with lots of goblins too. Okay, looks like they're going to settle that. Technology researched. And let's go into our big thinking skill tree, research tree, and let's egg them on. This is going to take 5 turns, but at the end of it, we'll have 5% physical resist, additional physical resist for goblin infantry units, and we'll have casualty replenishment rate and more leadership. So I like the looks of that. Doesn't cost any scrap or anything. And with our River Troll Hag, okay, good, I got it correct. We'll come down and we'll search the runes over here. And then with Grom, maybe we'll set up an ambush and be a bit sneaky. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's the dial. I hate this one. Oh, this one is so frustrating. C. Puzzle filled. I'm not going to bother with that. We did gain another skill point. Okay, so Devastating Charge. And then now with Grom, let's move a little bit south towards Carcassonne. And let's see here. They are recruiting. What's their garrison look like?
I will not.
Can we get there on this turn? No, we cannot. No, we cannot. They're not going to come out and challenge us, so we're going to wait until we can bring the River Troll Hag up along with Grom. We'll probably have to disband the Goblin unit, and we'll end our turn. Now, we do want to push and wipe out this faction in its entirety, right? And now, can our troll looks like they can get all the way up. Gosh, it's awfully close. It's awfully close. So let's take Grom. Gosh, I hope this works out, okay? And with Grom, we're going to come just right up to there. And we'll drop this unit because it doesn't have a chevron. And we'll go ahead and hop in here to replenish troops. We can do some upgrades back home. Let's go ahead and upgrade this right away. And then we'll attack the army outside and siphon everything out of the settlement. And it works. Look at that. Now, we could just auto-resolve our way through this, but I really do feel like we should fight a battle. So let's go ahead and give Grom the armor-piercing damage from the Razor Standard. And then we'll give our River Troll Hag the debuff to flying units. They don't have any flying units. It's a bunch of spearmen at arms. They do have some men-at-arms. We should be okay here. I'll see you on the battlefield. Okay, we're fighting a much larger force this time than our previous battles. And so I'm going to have to be a little bit more tactical and careful with this. We can see the one lord that we're attacking over here, Camille. Their reinforcements are coming out way in the back. We're not going to gamble, and we'll just get the battle going. And I'm going to push up to about there. And we're going to let Grom go over and get right on Camille right away. And maybe we'll go ahead and we'll bring our River Troll Hag as well. Now, our other trolls and our Snotling Pump Wagon, we're going to bring up a little bit behind the Gobbos. And we're going to kind of wait until the goblins get engaged, and then we're going to look for the openings and the gaps, and we're going to bring our other units through those to get rear charges and crump the Bretonians from behind. Now, she should be trying to run away. She's not really putting any urgency on this. I worry for her thought process. Not too bright, this one. This is not going to go well. And he runs her down. He just completely trampled her. And she still has no sense of urgency or self-preservation here. I'm not really sure what's going on. And our River Troll Hag is coming up with her giant carcass-filled purse. And we'll probably smack her around a little bit as well. No sign of the other Bretonians. Well, actually, we can see some back through the trees there. Now, come on here. Our missile units are firing. Come on. Crumper. Crumper. Okay, she is broken. And now let's go ahead and bring Grom. And our River Troll Hag off this way. And we can see the Bretonians are pushing up in here. Let's go ahead and solidify our flank. And then these Gobbos will push up as they approach our missile units. We do want to get some advantageous fire here with our missiles. I'm going to go up and protect this unit, though. And then let's go ahead and get our stone trolls ready to countercharge these Knights of the Realm. Now, with our innate missile resist on the Snotling Pump Wagons and the trolls, I think Snotling Pump Wagons have missile resist. No, they don't, but they're fast and quick. We want to start working them around the back. They're preparing for a nasty charge here. Okay. Let's push them on up here. And let's not forget that we have our idol. And let's send Grom off this way. Now, can we... How far can we drop this? We have to be pretty close. Okay. Let's get around the flank here. Looks like we might get a gap off in here. Say hello to my little friend. Now, do we have any special abilities here with this? No, not yet. Let's go ahead and Spirit Leech on Marius. And we'll push up with the Gobos. Okay, now our trolls, let's bring them back up. Now we're taking a little bit of damage here. Let's get around the side. I'm going to save the Wa for just one moment. River trolls will come back up this way. Where's Grom? He looks like he's okay in here so far. Let's go ahead and shoot the Lord. Let's shoot that unit that's returning. Let's shoot that unit in the back. River trolls coming through. Our hag is looking okay. Where's our Snotling Pump Wagon? It's been engaged by Knights of the Realm. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring those back. Let's get these in here. Let's get our trolls off this way. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to activate the wall now. Now, where's our big idol? This thing is a beast. Let's bring it down this way and start breaking their line. And let's go ahead and shoot back in there. Our pump wagon is not getting very good use here. Let's go ahead and crump the men-at-arms from behind. And let's get Grom off this way. Let's get her out this way. We can drop another Spirit Leech in here. Okay, you guys just chase them off the field. Keep shooting that. You go ahead, you shoot back there. That thing looks like it ran out of life. Start bringing Grom off this way. Snotling Pump Wagon, let's get in here. The trolls have done the job and shattered all this. And we got the Knights of the Realm are retreating. And we do want to take the time to run as much as we can here, because the follow-up battle would be on the settlement, and we just want to auto-resolve that without too much trouble. Our Wa is returning. Let's go ahead and puke on him and shoot him. Come on, can you get it out? Get it out. I know you can do it. Vomit. Vomit. Yeah, there you go. And we'll get a Spirit Leech. And we'll go ahead and shoot more units as they run off the field. Looks like we caught them or pursued them all the way. Let's charge in here. Let's go ahead and let's activate our Wa once more. And the Snotling Pump Wagon. That should be the battle. Get him, Grom. And let's run off and get that stuff over there. Let's go ahead and hit Marius with the Spirit Leech. Goblin Archers, or Goblins, now that we have all the increased speed, we might actually be able to pursue and run them off the field and do casualties. Normally they outrun us, but you know what? With all the increased speed that we have with our Gobos, we might be able to really do some damage here as we pursue them off the field. Okay, so let's bring our Goblins up. Try to stay on them. Try to stay on them. Might be able to kill them off. Oh, it did the deed. Got him. Wow, that was great. It was very effective. Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for it to be effective. Okay, let's get Grom over here. Let's get these guys in here. Let's just keep it going. And the reason we're doing this, of course, is because we want to clear the settlement as much as we can. Could have been doing a little bit better with the pump wagon back there, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and shoot there. And I'll speed this up, and I'll see you back on the campaign map. All right, so we got 1,400. The ransom captives option with the greenskins is always incredibly low. I'm not sure if this is a bug or if it's supposed to literally be just 100. It seems way too low. It seems way too low. We can increase our leadership for a few turns, or we can get 17% casualty replenishment by eating the captives, which is very appropriate for Grom. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we used most of our movement to get here, so it's going to be questionable if we can actually fight and take the settlement right now. We have gained a Berserker Sword. Quest successful. We've killed 1,000 enemies in battle, so we get 3,000 for our treasury. And then now, a quest has been issued. Win the following battle with Grom the Paunch's army, the real axe of Grom. As Grom approached Guzzler's lair, the rival goblin came out to parley. Just as Grom suspected, the rumors of this gobbo being larger than the Goblin King himself were complete fabrications. Though he always knew it unlikely that there was another goblin with his prodigious size, he was still slightly disappointed that he might not get a proper fight. Speaking of proper fights, we've been showing the Bretonians what a proper fight looks for. And when we complete this, we'll get 5,000 to our treasury. The Axe of Grom, giving growth to our only province right now, but all provinces. And we need to kill off a bunch of greenskins here. The nasty Goat Plucka, Get Guzzler. We'll take care of that in a minute. Our primary focus right now is to bring the pain to Carcassonne. Now, do we have the movement to assault the settlement? We do. And looking at the numbers and everything here, I think we'll just auto-resolve this. And I'm going to go ahead and sack it once more. Okay, we're going to keep our treasury high with lots of sacking and looting and plundering. The Greenskin way. Let's go ahead and merge some units, and we'll go ahead and encamp. And we're going to put another point into the big lads. I don't think any of the other stuff has unlocked quite yet. No, so let's go ahead and get the big lads. And then now we're going to go ahead and get Mither, or Mither. A hex on an enemy unit. And then after that, we can probably get Tenacity would be okay. Hard to hit. I'd like to get Deadly Onslaught. And then Weapon Strength, of course. 20% Weapon Strength would be nice as well. And then we'll start getting the casting abilities. And we do need to recruit some Gobbos. We finally have access to Nasty Skulkers. And we can also get some more Pump Wagons. Now, these are just the regular Pump Wagons. So I'm not super excited at that. They're really cheap. Only 50 upkeep per turn. But I really do like the armor piercing and armor sundering on these, and I think we're going to need it to go crump some dwarves later. So for right now, let's go ahead and pick up some Nasty Skulkers, and they should get all the great bonuses that our other goblins get, so they're going to be faster, have good melee attack and all that. Their leadership's up to 64, 22 armor, 48 melee attack, weapon strength is 24, and armor piercing, and then they've got the physical resist and all that other good stuff. Now, can I do any upgrades back here? No, we're going to have to wait a little bit. So we'll go ahead and see if they're going to try to recruit or reinforce this settlement before we manage to raise it again. Or raise again. We haven't raised this settlement yet. I get a little excited. My brain races ahead of my commentary. We can get a shiny helmet or extra teeth. I don't really care about 10% recruitment costs because we got lots of money. So we'll go ahead and take the shiny helmet. Now, after we do this, are we going to be able to raise the wall? It certainly looks like it. But what I want to do... these are runes down over here, so it's most likely Skaven. I want to push up with Grom. And I want to get them in their second settlement, which should be back here somewhere. Maybe it's over here. Oh, you know what? It's back up this way. I went in totally the wrong direction. Well, that's okay. No big deal. We'll go ahead and raid for a turn. Yeah, I goofed. I thought they were off down this way. And the Fey Enchantress is now going to be asking us for a peace treaty. We're going to decline this. Income from raiding, 5%, Lord's Army. And obedience -2 in the local enemy province. All right, so let's go ahead and let's come up around this way. And then we'll raise it, and then when we move back, we should move this way, which should be closer to her territory. All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll auto-resolve this once more. We're going to burn it up. Getting some scrap and reputation. We've also unlocked our first regiment of renown, the Moon Howlers.
whole world's gonna be crumbs.
And let's go ahead and get one more unit of nasty skulkers and then just regular gobos. And we have more skill points. So the big lad's getting a little bit stronger. They're now up to melee attack +8, weapon strength +12%. And we'll go ahead and get fervor, weapon strength, for our giant river troll hag. It does look like Paravon has been resettled by somebody. So we'll want to go ahead and take a look at that later when we can. And united against us, Eotane. So the first of the High Elves have decided they're going to declare war. And I imagine the others will start piling in pretty soon. That was Artois that settled that. We can safely afford this, so we're going to go ahead and improve the omens and improve our leadership. And let's just start cruising down this way. Aha, the Enchantress. Now, when we defeated her with Grom, we got 10% casualty replenishment. So if we wanted to be a truly clever get, what we would do is recruit another lord up here and bring him down so that he could get that casualty replenishment bonus as well. The question is, do we want to do that? We could afford it, even though our upkeep would be negative. We could certainly afford it. We're also ready to call a WA, so bringing a second army in now would allow us to get 2 armies with lots of WA power, because both armies could get the WA effect. So I don't want to call the WA in quite yet. Let's go ahead and recruit a Lord. We can also put a Goblin Big Boss in that army. So who do we want to get here? Now, I'm thinking we want lots of shamans, or lots of goblins. And then so the question is, do we want a Night Goblin War Boss or a Great Goblin Shaman? We have armor-piercing weapon damage here, +35, melee attack +8. I do like that. But it is fun having magic. Magic is very helpful. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's get the Weapon Master. Let's get Nasha. You can see now our upkeep is slightly negative. We'll go ahead. We'll go into the settlement. And we should also recruit a Goblin Big Boss. So we have... He's a Torturer. He has base weapon damage +35. That's pretty decent. That might make him pretty devastating in battle. And then we got the Big Bully. Recruitment cost reduction for Big Uns and Black Orc recruits, and recruitment rate for Big Uns and Black Orcs. And now that's for the own army. It's not local province, and I don't really anticipate using a lot of orcs. So let's go ahead and just get Krugga. Mr. Stabby. Can he hop in? Not quite yet, so we'll do that next turn. And then let's go ahead and start filling up this army here. Now, oh boy, with this one, maybe we'll get a couple Snotling Pump Wagons. And then we just want some basic gobos. We don't want to spend too much. And we'll end our turn. And we're going to have casualty replenishment rate and physical resist and leadership for goblins coming up here pretty soon. Now the Enchantress, I'm not super worried about her. I don't think she'll come out and fight Grom. In fact, if we kind of just move back into these trees and go into an ambush stance, very likely she'll come out and resettle Castle Carcassonne, and then we can come down there with Nasha and wipe her out with Grom as well. And so that's probably what we're gonna do. Those stupid gits have gone and plundered stuff from Boss, what's his name, up there. We weren't meant to do that. We had made a pact and everything. What we gonna do? Let's make them take it back so we can build up our relations with the Crooked Moon. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come out to here. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna set up an ambush, and I'm gonna let the Enchantress come out and resettle that. They've settled this over here, so we could declare war on Bastogne. They have 3 settlements. And so after we wipe out Carcassonne, after we build up this army, we wipe out Carcassonne, and then we'll be able to come back and wipe out Bastogne, and then push up and get the dwarves. And we'll have both armies. We want to get both armies full, and then we'll call our WA. So let's go ahead. Let's get 2 more pump wagons here, so we got a total of 4. We'll get some Goblin Archers. And then we'll just get some more Goblin Spears, and we can go ahead. We have a lot to upgrade here, but our income is running a little bit low. So the only upgrade I'd really want to go after is maybe this, 4,500. Or possibly this. Or possibly this. Campaign movement range for own armies starting their turn in this region. That's not very helpful because the region's very tiny. We haven't really spent any time in it. But the ambush success chance for local armies could be useful, but then income from raiding and income from sacking and looting for all characters and income from post-battle loot. And it's only 2,000. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get that now. I'm going to hold off on the other ones for a little bit. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and embed our hero into this army. We're going to get a little tight with our money, but then everything's going to turn around and be just fine. Don't you worry. And so now we can get upkeep reduction for goblin units. Going to take 5 turns. And we'll have Vanguard deployment for all goblins, as ridiculous as that is. Okay, there they go. They're going back off to Castle Carcassonne. And with Grom the Paunch, we could very easily go ahead and sack Brionne. Even though it has walls, I think we could just auto-resolve that and then push back up towards our territory. Okay. And let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, when we call the Wa, the reason I'm doing it this way is when we call the Wa, only the armies that are up at the moment will get the Wa. So, like, if we call the Wa and then recruit a Lord, then that Lord will not get the Wa. So we need to have Nasha up. The other thing is when you initiate a Wa, your army really becomes 2 armies that move together. And the Wa can only ever have as many units as there was when you initiated the call. So we want to have 20 out of 20 and 20 out of 20, and then we want to call the Wa. And by doing it that way, we'll have 2 armies that can move around, and crump these gets pretty good. Let's take Grom, though, and let's come back this way. This should be mostly undefended. It's got a basic, garrison. It does have walls. But we can auto-resolve our way through this. It's no big deal. Took a little bit of damage. And we'll sack it for 6,000. And Grom now has a Talisman of Protection, giving 6% ward save. And we've gained another follower.
Worship Grom. Ransack the gates.
And now that we've spent 6 points, we can go down to Language of the Boys. And this is going to give melee defense, leadership, and immunity to psychology for everybody in range of Grom. Now this is, it's a 30-second buff, and it has to be activated. And let's see if there's anything else we can do in here. We can do campaign line of sight. Yeah, I'm happy with all of that. And then now what about over in here? Income from sacking we can increase. Or maybe we should give this over to Nasha. Yeah, so we'll just spend our skill point here, getting fervor once more. And then with Grom, let's go ahead and merge up some units, and we'll go ahead and grab... Oh, I can't do global recruitment because I got it back there, see? So that's a bit of a problem, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. And then we wanted to assign... For him back here, we can do the Berserker Sword. And we can give him the Bully. And I guess we'll give him the Dog Boy Scout as well. Okay, so we can basically do this for about 10 turns as we recruit. We got about 10 turns of funds in our treasury. And let's see, are they going to come down and try to settle something? Where are they off to? And how many settlements do they have? Because that's another faction. It's like, it's so tempting to just come out and like attack everything. So what is she doing? She's going back into the settlement. Well, that's fine. I don't mind if you do that. I do hope that the Vampire Coast out here doesn't come out and knock her down, though. And so let's see. Is he up at 20 out of 20? He's at 19 out of 20. That's pretty good. So we'll come out. We'll do 1 turn of local recruitment. We'll do a little bit of global recruitment with Grom. And then we'll be ready to come back and smack the Fey Enchantress. Let's just see here. Yeah, she could get wiped out by the Dread Fleet. I hope that she leaves the settlement there. Or at the very least, wins the battle if she gets attacked by Maggie's Salt Spray. But you know what? We're going to find out all about that when we come back next time, because we're going to end this here. Hope you enjoyed it. You can let me know if you are with comments or thumbs up. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun with the Greenskin campaigns. I'm also doing Azag the Slaughter. If you have any interest in seeing an old legendary lord in a new position with the update, check that out. That campaign's going very well. And until next time, you have yourself a good afternoon and take care. We'll see you then.